At the conclusion of this introduction, there were three movements in Islam, the three protection movements. There was the movement to protect the Quran, there was the movement to protect Hadith, and there was the movement to protect Arabic. There were three movements. Most of the time people know about two movements. Which two movements? The movement to protect the Quran and the movement to protect Hadith. But they don't really remember the movement to protect Arabic. How do you protect Arabic though? All the big cities of Islam are getting contaminated by foreigners. So you cannot get good Arabic in the cities anymore. If you want to get the good, clean, old, unfiltered, uncontaminated Arabic, you must go to the villages. You must go out in the desert that's still empty and go find the Bedouins that are still speaking the Arabic. So you find the stories of ulama like Al-Shafi'i rahimahullah, Al-Asma'i and others. They leave the city and they go out in the desert and they're just sitting out traveling in the desert, and you think, oh, they traveled in the desert because of taqwa, because they didn't want to be in the city, because it was too mulayyat. You know? No. One of the reasons they traveled outside of the city was because they were trying to capture and record the original language. The original language. Like Asma'i, one of my favorite guys, I'll tell you a story about Al-Asma'i. He's kind of, rahimahullah, I want to go to Jannah. One of my motivations is I want to meet Al-Asma'i. Because he's one of the funniest people I've ever read about. He's hilarious. You know when people study for a long time, they become a little strange? If you spend your life in the library, you become a little weird. Like, you're not socially awkward kind of thing. He was, rahimahullah, socially awkward. He did not care what came in his mouth, he just said it. So he used to write a journal of his travels. He's learning Arabic, right? So he's traveling, and he wrote his journal. He was traveling somewhere, and he came across a man. He says, I came across a man who was really ugly. And he wrote this in his journal. I'm like, wow. You are really honest. And you don't care. But this man was really nice to me. Because nobody else knew me in the village, he took me in, he brought me to his house, he asked his wife to cook for me. So, his wife was cooking for him and she brought the food. And he said, I looked at his wife for 1 second, and I remember she was extremely beautiful. He wrote that down too. And a normal alim would not write that down. This is Al-Asma'i. He doesn't care. And then he wrote down, and when she left the room, I talked to, she could still hear him from the kitchen. He talked to the husband, he said, Kayfa hadha? How did this happen? See, that's Al-Asma'i. He just doesn't care. Like, I don't understand this situation here. Does she have vision problems or? So she got angry at him. She from the kitchen, she got angry at him. And she said, oh, you should have taqwa of Allah. Maybe he was really good to Allah and I am his reward. Or maybe I was really bad and he's my punishment. So Al-Asma'i, I brought up Al-Asma'i because he actually went on these strange journeys only to do what? To capture the old Arabic. Because the city was still speaking Arabic. It's true. The city was still speaking Arabic, but it wasn't as pure as the Arabic of the desert. Now, why is it important to protect the Arabic of the desert? It was important because the Quran came in the Arabic of the desert. I want to leave you with a visual so you understand this problem. This is a very important problem in Islamic studies. You have glasses. And those glasses have a little bit of dirt on them. When you put those glasses on, and you don't even realize they have dirt on them. Everything you see looks what? Everything you see looks dirty. It doesn't look clean because you have what? Dirt on them. Sometimes your laptop has a stain on the screen, but you're looking at the file, the video, or the image, and you're like, that's kind of... You can't tell that that's a stain on the screen. It looks like a stain on the image itself. You understand? You have this dirt on the glasses. You don't think it's the dirt on the glasses. You think it's the dirt on what you see. Now, Old Arabic is clean glasses. Old Arabic is what? Clean glasses. And New Arabic is, the New Formal Arabic even is still what? Some kind of dirty glass. Now, when you're looking at a diamond with dirty glasses, you see something shiny, but it's still dirty. Not that impressive. You look at the same diamond with what? Clear glasses, and what do you see? Oh my God, that's amazing. That's incredible. The problem is not with the diamond, the problem is with your glasses. We have to look at the Quran not from formal Arabic, but from classical Arabic. The problem is classical Arabic died. It died in the desert. Thank Allah they protected it. So we can go back and dig and find those meanings again. How many meanings I gave you of the word ayah today? You will not get those meanings of the word ayah in which Arabic? Formal Arabic. You will only get the meaning of the ayah in what? Classical Arabic, because the modern Arab, even if he speaks really good Arabic, does not know that Arabic anymore. It died. It's a history study now. It is a research study now. So we have to go back and learn that language and study that language so we can analyze the Quran with the proper lens. This solves huge problems for us. Inshallah, we'll see one of these problems repeat, and I'll discuss that with you, inshallah ta'ala, when the time comes, hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Some interesting discussions are coming tomorrow. So it's time now for your